Morning,
And
Chris.
we're live. Good morning, Coops. How are we doing, my old friend?
It's lovely and sunny here in Wales. It's a lot better weather than it's been for the last few days. It's lovely down here today.
I wish I could say the same up here in Yorkshire, mate. It's just started raining yet again. So, not
No, we're
great,
lucky.
but hey ho. I'm indoors all day anyway, so it doesn't really take much effect on what I'm doing today. So, morning, troops. Hope everyone's doing okay this morning. Just a catch up with you all because since Cheltenham 2 weeks ago now, we haven't had a chance to really catch up with you guys on what's been happening, what's going forward, so on and so forth. We've had some great results posted about Chelts, but we'll do a rundown on that. What we're looking at over the next few months, what's coming up. And we've got a bit of a special offer for you, which we'll go through later on. Something we've been able to tie the bosses down to and give something back to you guys. So let's start off with Chelts. Coops, your favourite festival of the year?
Yeah, it was, mate. It was a bit of an up and downer, and there's a bit of a story about it. And I'll start off with the worst bit. My car, my race car, it had been up in Blackpool for its winter upgrades. So Tuesday I had a good Tuesday. I think it was about 300 up on Tuesday on the each way no lay. Mostly due to Johnny U, which was about 28-1, I think. Holloway Queen 12-1. So it was a decent Tuesday. I've usually had a stinker on the first day of the festival. But then Wednesday, I'd arranged to go up to get the car. So I went up on the train. And it was quite nice. The train had got Wi-Fi, so I was getting all my bets on as I was going up. I got like 20 or 30 on the night before. But Wednesday, I think I'd had one horse land. And then I missed the 66-1 winner, which I think was the 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it was.
I was listening to the race on Talk Sport on the way back, coming back down. And I was trying to convince myself that I'd got it, but I hadn't. And when I got back, I was gutted. But Thursday was a mega day. I think we had White Noise 50-1 start the day off. Meet Me by the Sea 25-1. Home by the Lee 33-1. And then I think it was finished by Ask Brewster at 25-1. So that was a mega day. Friday started off with a 50-1 winner, Apollon de Chamois. And then there was one my daughter backed because it's the name of my dad. Johnny's Jury, that came in at 20-1. And then I think we had Air of Entitlement at 14-1. I mean, there were a lot of big priced extra places as well. But that left me with a profit of 1.8k over the 4 days, which after Wednesday, I thought that was a brilliant result. A brilliant result for me. And I know it was a brilliant result for a lot of our members because they were all posting all these massive prize winners. And it was nice to see so many of the favourites actually getting turned over at Cheltenham. Usually at Cheltenham, you expect these sure things. They're the best of the best, but a lot of them got turned over, which was a big surprise.
Yeah, I think that the weather helped this year with the going as it was. And yeah, see those nice mid to high price outsiders coming through was great. It was a great festival as it always is, just from a racing aspect. Seeing it from there, but yeah, having those additional medium to high odd winners and some, like say, keep some really good place odds in there as well. It made it a great week. Last year's was a bit of a downer with quite a few favourites winning last year, so it was sort of a mirror image of that year this year, which is what we've sort of come to expect from Chelts each year. Is we normally do see a few mid to high price winners in there, but this year it definitely came to fruition in the extra place master from the pro tier was just phenomenal this year. It really was. And like you said, Coops, the amount of members that have messaged us via your posts on Facebook, live
Into
chats,
CS.
emails, and everything else, it's directly into CS. It's been a great week, 4 days that we had. So yeah, Cheltenham all now done and dusted. But it's not the end of match betting. It's not the end of your offers. It's not the end of festivals. What we got coming up next, Coops? Is it Aintree, the next festival in April?
There's one before that. We've got all weather fight. We've got the all weather finals day on the 3rd of April.
Yeah.
So that if anything's going to throw up big price winners, it's going to be that one. I'm looking forward to. Then we've got the Grand National 9th to 11th of April. It's fun, don't stop there. Then the week after we've got the Scottish National, which is a 2-day festival. Then we've got the Jumps finale at Sandown. Again, that's a 2-day festival in April.
That's normally a really good festival as well.
Yeah, May is just littered with them. So we've got the Guineas. That's the first big flat festival of the year. That's a 3-dayer. The Guineas one I'm looking forward to because that's always going to throw up unexpected horses. You've got 2-year-olds that are going to be having the first races and 3-year-olds that have been trained on through the close season. Then we've got the Boodles, the 6th to the 8th of May. The Dante, the 13th to the 5th of May. The Lockinge on the 16th. And then we get to the Derby at the start of June. So really, it's pretty much every other week there's a festival on. I mean, I've got a load more written down if you want me to go through them, but that's just taking us up to June.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So it just proves then that, yes, even though Cheltenham is our big festival that we all look forward to, and hence why we call it Cheltmas, because it's Christmas for match betting, the amount of festivals coming up in the next 6 weeks, even 6 to 8 weeks, is just ridiculous. And with the flat season just starting and these festivals as well, as you've always said to me, Andy, it's a great time to be getting onto them because the handicappers haven't been able to get hold of these horses yet and know what they should be running at weight wise. So you'll see a lot of mid-high odds horses placing, if not winning races that you just wouldn't expect because they just haven't had the handicaps adjusted to what they should actually be.
Yeah, I mean, with the 2-year-olds, with this being the first run, the only thing that can go on is breeding, but breeding isn't everything. No. You know, you might be able to get like the world's best 2-year-old if it feels a bit of wind on the side of its face at the start. It might better get a bit skittish, run green. So I'd always expect the biggest results to come this time of year. You know, your 30 to 41, 50 to 1 winners. They're going to be more of them in these flat races than there have been over the like the normal daily jumps races, apart from Cheltenham, which was just exceptional.
Yeah, and this sort of goes on to criteria that people are using for the extra place master. We get a lot of questions of, oh, should I be doing minimum odds of 6 and maximum odds of 50? Yes, you can do to help with variance. However, the amount of horses that we see placed, and it's the place part that we're really, really interested in. The win is just an added bonus for us. That actually finish in those places and give us a nice return is a lot higher than what you actually think it would be. You think, oh, 50 to 1 horse, well, it's got no chance of placing. But if you look at it, its place chance is only 10 to 1 because it's a fifth of the odds. So to actually finish in those places, and then you've actually got multiple places there, it's actually more beneficial. And this is where the extra place master comes into its own with looking at the place EV as opposed to the win EV. So using those higher odds horses is really beneficial to do. If you wanted to reduce your stakes by half, that's one better way of doing it than actually just totally disregarding those horses, and to help you with the variance side of it. But with myself, Andy, and a load of other people, we don't really have a minimum and maximum odds. We just look at the EV. If it's of a certain EV level, which are used to doing 105%, Coops.
Yeah, 105 for me.
So anything 105% and over, just place the bets. I did for Cheltenham 110%, just literally because the amount of horses that were coming through at 110%.
Yeah, there was
placed 211 bets. I had an EV of 306, but actually ended up with a profit of 692. So I was well above that EV for the Cheltenham Festival. And this is why I don't look at what the odds are. I just look at that EV and get the bet placed. And it's as simple as that. And it's just such a powerful tool that we use. And with the options of having full lay and part lay on there, if you want to change the variance a little bit as well in your favour, you've got those options. But each way low, Nate, if you've been doing casino offers, you're going to be so familiar with what EV is, how EV is calculated, etc., that just going on to the each way no lay, accepting that variance, you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, one thing, I think the biggest horse that placed at Cheltenham was 150 to 1, which is as good as a 30 to 1 winner. And people would be going, you Ballydoodar if they're 30 to 1. So the 150 to 1 placer, it pays well.
Yeah.
Can't get enough of them big boys places. But one thing about Cheltenham, and one thing I'll be doing for Aintree, is I will be getting on the night before. It did make life a lot more easier through the day with your bets. So I was getting on for Tuesday. I was getting on a Monday night, Monday evening, looking at the races. I think I got about 20 that was 120% EV. There weren't many that were down as low as 105. There was a lot of 110s and above. And I think pretty sure there was one horse we backed at 50 that just kept on hammering down. And I think it won at 12 to 1. And a lot of people missed it because they were trying to get it at the 12 to 1 price where it was no longer value. But getting in there early, the early bird and all that, we took a substantial chunk out of the bookies just with that one.
Yeah, and especially with festivals as well, and something as big as Cheltenham, the non-runner aspect doesn't really come into it because this is what these horses have been going for the whole season. So the non-runner, it would have to take exceptional circumstances for the horses to be non-runners at big festivals, because there's a certain amount of places that the races can actually have. And if you're lucky enough to be one of those 20, 30 horses in there out of the 50 or 60 that have pre-registered for it, you're going to want to take that place because the money from it is just stupid. The racing catcher, Andy, your lad was using that quite a bit over Cheltenham.
He was on to me just before we come on air. Just say, like, is this one right, Dad? Is this one? Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah, just go ahead. And then yesterday he had a parlay bet. Sorry, he had an unmatched bet. And because I was off, I'd gone down the pub with my mate, and he managed to sort it out all on his own. So that was pretty good. But yeah, I think he made 160 just using racing matcher. And we were fighting for ages. You want me to get this over onto the lower tiers because we used to have what was the tool we used to have
match catcher,
and that was just like the 1970s version of what we've got now. Racing match, it just does it all for you. It's just like find your bets, put them on, job done. I love it for the second, third, or fourth that you got with Paddy, or the second, third that you'll get with the tote. It really is a really profitable part of match betting. And if you don't do horses, you don't do horse betting, you really should. By just doing the basic stuff, you can easily add a grand's worth of profit to your totals over the year for minimal effort. I mean, how long would it take you to place a bet through Matchcatcher, Racing Matcher? Probably 1 minute, 2 minute most.
Yeah. And once you become au fait with it, literally 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say for me, it'd be about 30 seconds. Click, bang, done.
Yeah, that's it. It's such a great and easy tool. And the fight that we put through for that was definitely worthwhile. I said, your lad making 160 quid just off that one tool alone.
Yeah.
You know, that's covered a good chunk of an annual subscription just from that one tool over 4 days. You know, do the maths for it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he was earning. So if you broke it down into an hourly rate, he was probably earning about £160 an hour because there's no way you spent over an hour on it over the 4 days.
Yeah, even if you wanted to go to stupid time limits, you know, took him 2 hours over the 4 days to do it. Still 80 quid an hour. Find a job that pays you 80 quid an hour. It's just
you're going to be talking brain surgeons and astronauts, and that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Or Premier League footballers.
Well, yeah, they're on stupid money enough and don't deserve it, but that's another issue. So yeah, we've got the racing matcher that's there. That's great for your refund offers that are posted, or your bet and get offers that are done, and they're all listed within there. If you're not on the pro tier, but you're on platinum or diamond, we still do have the extra place catcher available, which is using IO, implied odds, for it. So it's still worthwhile using that. It's the old way that we used to do each way bets on extra places. Basically, it's just looking at odds. That's all it's looking at. But if you want to go to the next level, and it's where your real profits come from, it's the pro tier, and using the extra place master. The extra place master uses a hell of a lot of algorithms that have been bespoke to us from the developers that have done this for absolutely years and years and years. We look at fair odds, we look at all sorts of different aspects for it, and it gives a true representation of what the price should be compared to what the bookies are offering, and the long-term bets for it are profitable to do over a course of X amount of time. Not only on the pro tier do you get the extra place master, we'll go on to the 2-up master that's on there as well. And with this year being World Cup year, and even more teams in the World Cup this year than what there's been previously, there's going to be a lot of value drummed up for that as well. One of our long-term members and become a very good friend of Andy, Mr. Dave Grogan, we do love to give a shout out to from time to time.
He's the king.
He's been doing 2-ups for a heck of a long time and made some serious money from doing so. 2-ups, they are like buses, unfortunately. You can go periods of 80, 90, 100 bets without actually hitting one, and then you'll get 2 or 3 come along together, wipes out all of those qualifying losses and gives you the profit there for them. And the 2-up master looks again at bespoke algorithms, odds that are there, what the fair odds are, etc., to give a true EV of that. And if you're looking at an EV of 102, maybe 103% EV on the 2-up master, long term, again, you're not going to go wrong from using that. So that's the platinum. Diamond, as we know, is the sports offers plus your casino offers, which is your next progressive stage from there. Again, casino is a long-term profitable way of making some money from there. We've had members making silly amounts from casino over the years. And it's so easy to do as well, because you're not restricted to a time that you have to do them on. You can sit and do them while the other half's watching Emmerdale or whatever, and do your casino offers from there. Then we've got the Pro tier, which says it's got all the EV tools on there, your Lucky Finder, your Extra Place Master, your 2-Up Master. Now, Elite tier. It's a tier that's above the Pro, but it does include one of our favourite and what is proven to be one of the better tools to use, the Golf Master. We've got the first major of the year coming up in 2 weeks. I want to say 2 weeks, which is the US Masters, which, again, like we said with Cheltenham, if you're not a golf fan at all, never watched any golf or anything like that, it's worth a watch, because some of the play in that tournament and the scenery and everything else is just phenomenal. It really is. But the 2-Up Master, the Golf Master is going to be absolutely prime for this. Coops, how long have you been using Golf Master? Since day one?
Yeah. I think we've had what's the biggest price winner? Was it 175 to 1? Or it might have been 200 to 1, but I got it on 175 because I was late. Then we've had 75 to 1 as 80 to 1 as
125 to 1.
Yeah, there's been more big hits on that than the EPM, just price wise. But you'll never get the volume that you would do with each way no lay, because there's only 1 or 2 tournaments on a week. Because we've got the Live Golf and we've got PGA, and then you might get like an Asian or a European tour as well. But yeah, it's been. I was a bit dubious at first, like how can it do it? But it does. It does, and it keeps on doing it. I know. While I was down here, because I came down last Friday, I know some of our mates, they had a pretty good weekend last weekend. I could see in the chat that there was all posting some decent profits. But it's not only the Masters. There's 4 majors. So we've got the PGA, that's in the middle of May. That's the US PGA. Then we've got the US Open, middle of June. And then the best competition of all is the Open, which is the middle of July. But the Masters is a really good watch because it's unique in that it's always played at the same course, Augusta, whereas all three, the other 3 championships, they share it around all the good courses around the UK and the States. But the Masters, it's just visually pleasing, and the scenery there, it's something else. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to play it. I'd love to play it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't earn enough coops to be able to get around over there. Plus, you need to go around with a member and all sorts. So, yes, it's a dream. It certainly is. But yeah, but again, with the Golf Master, it's not just those winners that have come through from there. It's the places that have hit. I mean, was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? There was a 350 to 1 placer landing there. That's a 70 to 1 winner. Covers you for however many bets over there, and it's doing it time and time again as well. 80 to 1 places, 60 to 1 places, 125 to 1 places. It's just constant with them. So, but like I say, all the tournaments are like Wednesday night for us because of the time differences through to a Sunday. So from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, you're placing your bets on there. Totally 100% forget about those bets. Do not look at them. Don't worry about them or anything else. Because on a Sunday night, they then settle and you'll see the winners on a Monday morning. The only downside to the Golf Master, and it is only a slight downside, is that the results don't update automatically. You have to manually go through and do them. But I do that on a Monday morning. Before I start work, I have Flash Score Golf open on one page, and then I just update my results. And I normally got probably about 60 bets on over that weekend across all the tournaments. That's the Live, DWP, and the PGA. So it takes me 20 minutes, something like that, to update the results on there. And that's being generous. Probably only about 10 minutes if I'm actually recording how long it takes. So it doesn't take long to do. But again, it's been a really, really profitable tool. We keep saying that these tools are profitable. You're probably sat there going, oh, just typical waffle that these tools are actually profitable. We're not hiding any information from you at all, guys. None whatsoever. You can see all the information on our Pro Data page, which I'll actually share the screen with you. Which I'll do now. Share screen. Hopefully that's sharing for you all. So this is showing all the bets that have ever been placed on the Pro Tools since its fruition 18 months, 2 years ago, how long it's been now, can't actually remember off the top of my head, of actual members' bets. None of this information has been touched, fudged, nothing at all. It's all honest, straightforward data. So that's a total of all the tools that we've got on Pro and also on the Elite as well, which we can then filter down into different sections. So the Extra Place Master on full lay, running dead on the EV line. On part lay, it's running slightly under, in fact, quite a way under on there, but the variance is a lot lower for that, and it's still showing profit. No lay, it's starting to head back up to there. The Golf Master, as I've just said, so close to the EV line. It's literally 16k off, which is negligible on that amount of bets, really. So
sorry,
the
Trace.
profit.
Sorry, Trace. Do you think it's pretty hard to spot on there that 175 to 1 winner?
Yeah. What you mean? That massive peak that's there by any chance?
I know a load of people were on it. Everybody was in my thread when it landed. Yeah.
So it's just showing that that one winner that was there has just massively taken you back up to there, and that EV line running at the constant, very up and down. It was hitting EV line for quite a way, bit of a drop, back up again, little bit of a drop, huge increase, and then just leveling off quite nicely. But I say all that information is readily available. It's not something we're hiding from you guys. That's not what we're about at all. So you can see there, what we are telling you is actually correct, which is always a nice thing to do, that we can back this up with actual figures for you guys. So the Golf Master is absolute prime tool on there, and then we've got the Edge Finder and the Steam Chaser as well on the Elites here, which are again two great tools that have been finding some great value bets. With the Edge Finder, because we're using lower odds, normally 5 and below, we're getting a lot less variance with it. So it's hitting where it should be, there or thereabouts. But again, you can go on to the Pro data information and have a scan through that at your leisure. Anything else you want to add, Coots, before we go through some questions and a little bit of an announcement that we've got?
I mean, we have got other sporting events coming up into 2026. We've got World Cup here. You mentioned that earlier, but there's going to be a ton of offers for the World Cup. There was 4 years ago, and there was 8 years ago. Then, of course, you've got Wimbledon in the summer, one of the summer sports. So we're going to have plenty of tennis offers. I know Betfred, they always have a daily one. It was either something like Bet 10 get 10 or Bet 10 get 5, but it's a pretty easy £60 to £100 to over Wimbledon. And then I think we've got the T20 cricket as well this summer, World Cup final. So the book will be spinning offers out for that. So luckily this close season, when the football goes down, we've got the World Cup that's going to fill that gap. So we'll be able to keep on bashing the two up master.
Okie dokie, right. Let's ask some questions. Just started match betting 3 weeks ago and loving it, but I'm making more with match betting than with casino freeze. Yep, fully is to be expected. It's where your main profits come from, is your match betting side of it. The casino is a nice addition to be doing. Casino free spin offers, the value that's there can vary from £1 up to £20, depending on what the offer is. But with the match betting, it's the guaranteed profits that you're making, so you will see more profits from them.
I'm just getting a screenshot for you because one of our members had quite a delightful win while I've been on holiday, and he shared it with me, and he didn't want to post it to the group with his name, but he said he didn't have a problem with it being shared anonymously. But if you give me a minute, I'm just going to get this screenshot up just to show you what you can do with casino. 1 sec.
Great stuff. That's what we're here for, Zoe, is to help out with any questions that you've got. Obviously, we've always got our live chat available. Andy on Facebook, email, so many ways to get in contact with us over any period of time that you want. So great to know that we helped you out with the Cheltenham Festival.
I'm just trying to pin this one up now. Image file. Oh, of course, it's not saved. 1 sec, mate. And this offer, this is a daily offer. This is the Paddy Power wage of £50 for 25 free spins. Let me just see if I can load it up now.
Just the weekly one that they do.
Yeah. You carry on talking, Chris. Well, I'll try and find it. Here we go.
Don't know what I was doing. Only made 66 over Cheltenham. If it's your first one, £66 profit in your back pocket is better than being in the bookies. So won't worry about it. This is what we said on our lives. It's comparing yourselves to others. Basically, you've made a profit from there. So just be happy with that. Everybody's got different criteria that they use. They've got different bankrolls, got different time amounts that they use for it. So if you made £66, it's still a profit that you made. So still a great result for 4 days work.
Yeah, I think my first one, I made £200, and I've been match betting for 6 months, and I thought it was the bee's knees. But when I finished with 200, it was like, yeah, that's nice. But after a year further on, when you've progressed to the more advanced offers like extra places, doing all the horse boosts, then my second year it was well over a grand. I think it was 1.2. And to say I was delirious with that is an understatement. That it was the most amount I've ever won in 4 days. It was a ridiculous amount. But let me just share you this one, Chris. Yeah, look at that.
Beautiful.
Such a lovely week.
And this is the thing with casino. It's again building up that EV from doing dozens and dozens of offers that you might be down on 10 of them and then be slightly up on another one in comparison to what the EV is. And then you might be down on another 20 and then be up again. And then you might hit that lovely win, like £3.5 grand that's showing there, and then be massively above the EV. So it's all about the volume on doing casino offers. So we get it quite often. Again, I've done 7, 8, 9, 10 casino offers and I'm down. Yeah, there's a good chance you will be. Yeah, there will be the odd member that in those first 10 offers will be well above the EV line. But it's the volume of them, because we're taking that edge back from the casino by using the free spin offers. And that's where it works long term for us.
But yeah, this one as well. It was just a 40p stake. I mean, if this was me and you, we'd have been doing £1 spins, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
But that was just a 40p stake. So that's, what's that, 9,500 to one payout. That's some going, that is.
Yeah,
I was
that's lovely.
Chuffed to bits. Right, let's get rid of that. Back to normal.
So one for you, Andy.
What type of bets did you place to make 1.8k? Well, I did the horse offers, which probably accounted for about £200. I think I landed one more than my son did. But the rest of mine was on each way, no lay, on the EP Master. And I don't stake big. When I started doing the Extra Place Master, I started off with £2.50 each way stakes. And over time, as I've won more from the bookies, I've increased the stake. And now I'm up to £9 each way, which is a bit of a silly number, really. I should just do £10 each way because 9 looks silly in the eyes of a bookie. So I'll probably do that for Aintree anyway. But I'm just going to I think I can bring my profits up to show you the journey so far. Just give me a tick. We can remove that one. And this is just all using the bookies' money for as long as I've been doing it. Let me bring it up. And that's my profits as it stands after Cheltenham. Just a couple of pound under 14,000. You can see this bit here. That was the start of Cheltenham, and that's the end. That's the Wednesday I talked about, where it went kind of flat, and then that's Thursday and Friday when it went absolutely ballistic. So my maximum bet at the moment is £8 each way, £9 each way. Sorry. But then what I'll do is anything over to 40 to 1. If you want to lower your variance, you can halve that stake. Anything over 80 to 1, you can quarter it. I don't think that's a bad method, and it's pretty much served me really well all throughout. All these, how many bets is on there now? Treads about 10,500, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see I've been quite lucky. It's been tracking EV, then it went up, then it went below. Then we had a good start to the jump season, which tailed off. But then at Cheltenham, it rocketed past whatever it had been. I think the highest it got up was 13 grand. It stepped back a little over some of the jumps, but then it's just short of 14 grand as it stands at the moment. And that's just using the one tool. That's just using the EPM. And people say, well, why don't you do more two-up offers, more of this, more of that? I just really enjoy horse racing. I really enjoy horse racing. I really enjoy watching horse racing. I just love horse racing. That's the honest to God answer. So that just goes to show what you can make from it.
Yeah, and like you say, that's just from that one tool that you use on a regular.
Yeah.
EP tool help me. So have a low float about 1k. So even with £2.50 bets, can you do 1 or 2 per race? Are you saying you've got 1k as a collective there, Zoe, which I'm assuming is what you're saying? So we always say with the pro tools, you need ideally £1,000 float per tool that you're using. So if you've got £1,000 overall, maybe not quite ready for the Extra Place Master in no lay just as yet. So would possibly be looking at it in the full lay mode if you're on the pro tier. But if you're not on the pro tier and using the extra place catcher, be looking at implied odds of 20 and above for one place, and 15 IO and below for two places or more. And stick to those £2.50 stakes, just taking everything that's on that IO. But to build your bank up, just carry on with the bet and get offers, where you're making the guaranteed profit each month, each day, each week, and just build that bank up as we've all done over the years of doing this. It's not something that we just fell into with no money behind us at all. We do need that bankroll, and we do need to build it up over the time to make the most out of the tools. Not saying that you can't use the tools, but to make the most out of them would be the best way. Parlay sweet spot I'm finding, yeah, it's lower variance than each way no lay for sure. And yeah, it's quite a sweet spot in between doing full lay and no lay. So perfect on that.
Before we started working for OP as it was then, we were just together as friends, weren't we? And we used to make most of our money, 90, I'd probably say 80-90% of our weekly earnings on fully laid extra places, where we're relying on the horse to come either fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh, depending on the race. But we made so much money from fully laid extra places. The only reason why I don't do it now, it's just so much easier to do it no lay. I'm just making one bet instead of three, and I'm probably making about the same amount of money. Again, the same amount of fun, same amount of joy, and bashing the bookies probably a bit harder these days, especially if you go through all the members that are on the EPM. You can see the Pro Tools they've took £4 million away from those nasty bookies, and that brings me delight every night.
It certainly does. Where can I find the EV, please? Let me just share the screen for you. Share screen. So on the extra place master, in no lay mode, which is the one that I always use, the EV is shown on here. But the way to do it, from what we found, is taking maximum win EV at 100%. So you're not taking any win arbs at all to apply that. And this will then give an overall EV of 151, which is most of it. In fact, virtually all of it is coming from the place. The win EV is at 76%, but the place EV is 228%, which is ridiculous. So it just shows how far off the bookies are with the place odds on these. But as we spoke about many times before, the place odds are historical 1/5 odds from the bookies that they can't really do anything about at all. It's just the win odds that they look at, and that's where we take our advantage on the extra place master, is looking at those place EVs. Yeah, there are dozens on there, Dan. Basically, these are bookies that haven't got a welcome offer, or they don't do any reload offers at all. So you may as well use them for the EV betting. So extra places. Yeah. Extra places on there. If they happen to do 2-ups, yeah, great, use them for that as well. But yeah, they're all fine to use.
Can I just interrupt for a sec, mate? This is one of my little tips, and it tips to our bugbear. Because if you just open the extra place master, if there's one bookie on there that you haven't got, even if it's got an opening offer or not, just sign up to them. There was one over at Cheltenham. I was pretty lucky with the offer. It was one of those offers where you only get a payback if you lose. Bookie's name was Ken Ells. It's pretty new on there. It's pretty new as a sign up. So I signed up, used them over Cheltenham. I didn't win one bet in there. So I did get a free bet off them for £25. So that was all right. Don't worry about that. But while I was down here, they sent me an offer through by email, which was, I wrote it down, deposit £50, get 100 free spins on Big Bass, 10 times wagering, deposited £50, withdrew £50, did the offer and finished £25 up. Well, it was £26.86 or something daft. After 10 times wagering, but that was literally 20 minutes work. 20 minutes work or 20 minutes doing this while watching the telly to make that profit. So any bookie that you see on there and you aren't signed up to, just get signed up to it.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Grogan, yes, we're aiming to, Dave. Hopefully the powers that be allow us some time to do one for the Grand National festival. That's, well, the Aintree festival that's coming up. So fingers crossed for you on that. How's Fletcher recommend start Golf Master? As said, £1,000 flow will be absolutely ideal. Doing £2.50 each way bets on there, but it's £1,000 float per tool that we recommend, not just £1,000 float to use all the tools within those tiers. I don't think anyone denies EV, but an average doesn't mean everyone is in line with EV. No, there won't be every single person in line with EV. Some people will be below it, some people will be above it, some people will be dead in line with it. It's just the numbers game. It really is for EV, and it's just taking the collective of everything for an EV. So that's absolutely fine. 10 times casino agent is terrible. I haven't won anything on it but wasted so. Go back to before January. In fact, February the 4th, when we had times 30, times 40, times 50 wagering.
Yeah, 32 red was 50 times, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's now coming as law that 10 times wagering is the maximum that can be done. So your bust rates, which is the main thing to look at on high risk casinos, have dropped from 70-80% bust out rates down to 40-50% bust out rate. So again, it's just about the volume of offers that you're doing, and casino is so much better now that that ruling has come into place. So you will find now it's better than what it was. Unlucky 15s, you disregarding the overalls and just got the overall EV. Are you avoiding 0-0 and lucky 15s? It's the overall odds that you do sort of take into consideration with your EV. If it's overall odds of 50,000 or less, then 115% EV is fine to be taken on those. Anything with 50,000 and above would be looking at 120% as a minimum EV to be taken on those. So yeah, the EV does come into effect on overall odds on your lucky 15s, and again, it's just to help with the variance side of it. That's all it's down to.
Yeah, I was praying over Cheltenham over those days when there was those high price winners that Thursday. I was hoping somebody had got all four of those horses, because that would have been a crazy win. What was it? 50 to 1, 25 to 1, 33 to 1, and 25 to 1. That would have hit the bookies. That would have hit the bookies payout cap for sure. That would.
Yeah, it'd been massive.
Never came in. I was just hoping somebody had it.
Yeah. No, is the quick answer to this. having gubbed accounts is absolutely brilliant for the Pro Tools, because we're not after offers from them. We're not after you bet 10, get 10 bets.
Yeah.
We're using them for extra places, which it's only the B-Win group and Boyles on occasion that will stop you doing extra places once gubbed. Every other bookie, we can absolutely smash the living daylights out of by using them for extra places. The amount of gubbed accounts that I've had over the 8 years of match betting is ridiculous. It really is. But I'm taking advantage of them on extra places. Take them for what they're worth, which is absolutely prime for that. So no, not a waste of time if you're on the pro tiers at all. Even if you're not on the pro tier, using the extra place catcher and doing extra places for them is no problem whatsoever. Yeah, you will do. If doing free spins, sometimes you'll lose money, sometimes you'll make more than what the EV stated. It is just a volumes game. That's all it's down to, guys. Notice how many sample size bets was dismissed. That was the lucky 15 amount of bets. I'd be a bit of 1,173 bets today. Can you drop an email through to support@outplayed.com for us, please, RK? Because to me, there's something amiss with the bets that you're doing there. To have that such a sample size and not be running either on the EV line or just below it would suggest there's something not right with the bets that have been placed. Could be a case of non-runners have affected the places and your EV for it. It could be the time of day that you're placing the bets. It could be the bookies that you're using for them. So, yeah, if you can drop us an email through, we can get our development team to produce your file for that, and we can have a look through and see what's going on. So, yeah, that amount of bets would primarily suggest something's amiss with the bets that you've been doing. So I could just see the put will do, thanks. Yeah, no problem. We'll get our team to have a look at that for you. Okay, is there anything else you want to mention about the tools, the tiers, or anything like that before we give this bit of good news to the folks?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything. But like I say, if people are watching this on rewind later tonight, if you've got any questions, do post them because we will get back to these. Any questions posted, we will get back to them tomorrow. But I think we've pretty much covered everything for today. I'm surprised nobody's asked about bet builders. But
yeah, we're looking at doing a special on bet builders in the coming weeks, because it certainly is an area that people do struggle with, and I fully understand and appreciate the reasons behind that. So we are going to do a special on that in the coming weeks. So that's fine. Our last question before morning, both goes back to it. It's been good by most bookies on 2-up master. So what strategy can I use now? If you've been gubbed, Caroline, unfortunately you can't do the 2-up offers on the bookies because it is an offer that they give. So I would just use the ones that you can do on there because like Bet365, if you're gubbed, you can't do the 2-up side of it. And it's the same with many bookies. So just concentrate on the ones that you can actually use.
I know there's a couple that you can actually do on a gubbed account, but off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you which ones they are, but they are mentioned in the 2-up thread.
Yeah, there is, and I can't remember who it is either. So what I would be looking at now, Caroline, is the extra places, using the extra place master and hammering the living daylights out of that on those gubbed accounts for
Thanks,
you.
mate. So you should put the two books, Bet Goodwin, Sky Bet.
Yeah, cheers for that. On there. We knew there was a couple, I just couldn't remember who they were. Right. So you've probably seen across the bottom of your screen running along there a message for 30% off all plans flash deal. We when we were asked to do this live chat late yesterday afternoon, ironically, we said we'll do it if we can throw something back for the members. And they're like, oh, so right, what can we do for them? And they've happily come back and given us a bit of a flash sale that we can do, which is 30% off all plans. So it's not just for your pro, your elite, or just for platinum or just for diamond. It's across the whole entire plans on annual subscriptions. But as a little bit of an added bonus for this, for you guys that have been watching us this morning and will watch us later on, if you drop a email through to support@outplayed.com with regards to the sale and that you're doing an upgrade or you're taking out an annual plan, and mark the subject matter as mystery, that's MYSTERY, there'll be a bit of a gift sent out to you as well. So we've managed to.
We haven't been told what it is, so we don't know.
It's a mystery for us guys as well. But yeah, if you do the upgrade on your account to any of the annual plans with this 30% off and mark your email up as mystery to us as the subject matter, we'll arrange getting some free gifts sent out to you as a added thank you as well. Just had one last question come in from John. What I meant was, for example, would you go for EV 120, no, 300 KO? I'd be doing both. And I know you'll say do both. Yeah, I would be doing both on those, John. Really would. Your 129% EV is absolutely fine because it's odds of over 50k, and your 121% even better because it's odds of 60k. So on that, if I was to take preference, I would take the 60k one out of the two. If they were, if you were juggling between the two, which one to do, I would do the 60k one because obviously odds of 60k has more chance of hitting than what odds of 300k would do. So out of a personal preference, if I had to do just one of them, I'd be doing the 60k one.
But for me, the 300k one, I'd just be on it with smaller stakes, like 10p a leg each way, something like that.
Yeah, that's the other way of doing it. Is just reduce that stake down to 10p.
The FOMO is real. The
FOMO is real. It certainly is, mate. So, Coops, have you got anything else at all, mate? Or
and we need to get through the prices.
Oh yeah, that'd be an idea.
So for platinum, we can get that. Well, you lot, if you want it, you can get it today for $350 for the year, I think.
Just checking now because I can't remember because obviously I deal with so many prices and different.
I did write them down. I can go through them all for you, mate. So platinum $350, diamond is $560 for the year, which works out at just over £10 a week, which is ridiculous. Pro $696, and then elite at $2,1 for the year. That's with a 30% discount. And like Chris said, if you do drop a message in, if you take out one of the plans today, they will send you a mystery gift as long as you email in.
Yep. And this offer is only running until the 31st of March. As I say, we had to barter a little bit for you guys, which is what we'll always do. We're here to help you at the end of the day. So being able to get this added on for you and that little mystery gift as well. Just a thank you to you guys for the support and love that you've shown to me and Andy over the years of us doing this and the time that you've taken to come and watch us. if it wasn't for you guys, we'd just be sat here waffling to each other for the hour that we have to, which we do anyway.
Yeah, we do that quite regularly.
We do. We have a phone call from time to time, but yeah, guys, thank you ever so much for your questions, your comments, and your time today. As always, it's a pleasure. We will be back in touch with you again very, very soon. Hopefully, we'll get the Bet Builders live sorted out, because we know that's a bit of a touching point for some people on how they're done, and it's been quite some time since we've done a live on that. And we'll also, fingers crossed, be back for Aintree as well. But in the meantime, don't be strangers with us, guys. You know, we're on Facebook, we're on live chat, on customer service, we're on email, we're on Messenger. If it's just to come and say hi to us, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, if there's anything that you think, oh, I don't know if that's really a question, believe me, when I started out doing this 8 years ago, the questions I was asking are nothing compared to what you guys ask us. So it's the old adage, no question is a silly question. The only question that you don't ask is the silly one. So Monica, if you do sign up upgrade using this March deal, let me know your address at support outplay. There we go. Monica's on the ball for that. So thanks as always, Mon, for stepping in and putting there, because yeah, obviously me being me, forgot completely that you need the addresses to send anything out to. You can send them out virtually, I suppose, is the way of the world. But guys, that's everything from me today. I'll let Andy do the close off as he does. Again, thank you for your time, guys, and we'll catch up soon. Coops, if you just want to close off for us, please, mate.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, there's a lot of horse racing coming up over the next up till the middle of June, and it won't stop there. It's going to keep on going. I mean, it never stops. On average, there's going to be a festival once every 2 or 3 weeks. Festivals, it's the time where you can get most bets on. Most of the bets are going to go under the radar. I've not had one gubbin post Cheltenham, and that's even with withdrawing from a couple of bookies. Touch wood, all the accounts are still intact and will be for the next festival, or whether it's finals day, and then we'll have another big go on the Grand National, the Aintree Festival, that starts on the 9th of April. So from me, it's goodbye also, and best of luck if you're on today. It does look a good day for each way now. I think there was 16 extra place races, 3 paying multiple extra places. So if I hadn't been preparing for this live this morning, I'd certainly been hitting the horses this morning. So, but that's it from me and Chris. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Love. See you later. Bye-bye.